Hey, it's Bronwyn here with another week of Black Mental Health is Black Health. And this week we will be talking about mindfulness. Yeah, it's Mental Health Awareness Month. So we want to get some mental health in and look at maybe something more on the positive end, not about, a disorder or anything that's wrong, but just about something we can do to help our mental health. So it's going to be all about mindfulness. We'll see in just a moment. But as always, we start off with some deep cleansing breaths. That time where we just breathe, have that woosah moment to decompress from the day. So let's get started. I will count to four slowly. I'll say breathe in and count very slowly to four. And after that, I'll say breathe out. And I'll count to four. You breathe in slowly and out slowly. So let's get started. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathe in, two, three, four, out, two, three, four. In, two, three, four, out, two, three, four. One more. In, two, three, four, out, two, three, four. Just that time to take a few deep breaths to allow more oxygen to flow through our brain, through our body, to help us calm down and maybe wash away some of the cares of the day. That's what we're here for. Well, as I said, today we're going to be talking about mindfulness. What is it? How hard is it to do and why you should do it? So yeah, it can add some meaning to your life. So we're going to figure it all out. So just what is mindfulness? Well, mindfulness, simply put, is just the practice of focusing your attention on where you are here and now, being present in the moment, accepting the moment without judgment. Because there are some moments we're in, especially being in America right now, that are not good moments, or just in your personal life, but accepting this is where I am and accepting that so you can work to move forward. That's what mindfulness is. It's a purposed attention to being where you are, being present here and now, not judging yourself for being here. It's just this is where I am. So I'm going to deal with it. Um, Now, mindfulness can be formal or informal, and we're going to talk about both and how to manage that. So, formal mindfulness is when you are meditating, maybe you're doing a body scan. And we're going to find out what that is, or when you're purposely practicing mindful activities. Then there's the informal kind, it's when you're just making yourself aware in that moment. Things like I'm going to mindfully eat. I'll explain all this in a second. I'm just going to give you a list. We can mindfully eating, mindfully doing daily routines, mindfully doing the laundry, mindfully washing dishes. Yes. Because think about it. I'm sure everyone who's listening has at least one time been driving and you're mindlessly driving. You go to work or go someplace routinely and you get there without even thinking about how you got there. You just get there. You go to work if you work Monday through Friday and you go the same route. If you go the same route, you don't even really see anything that you're not aware of it. You just get in the car and go. You're an automatic pilot. That is totally the opposite of what being mindful is. Being mindful is even whatever you're doing, you're aware of your surroundings. You're allow yourself to fully experience whatever it is. So we want to talk about being more mindful. It can be part of just your everyday life. So let's talk about something simple that most of us don't do, and that would be like mindful eating. Just like we can be on automatic pilot when we drive, we can be on automatic pilot when we eat and not necessarily mindfully eat and really savor the flavors that we're eating, taking in it all. Now we just eating because it's time to eat. It's dinner time. I'm hungry and I have another activity to do. So let me wolf it down. Even when we're having dinner with friends, so often somebody will be on their phone. Oh, I just want to post this. I'm going to take a picture of my food. I'm going to post that I'm here. I'm going to do this. And when you're doing that, you're still not in the moment for that time. So being in the moment means being in the moment. So mindful eating goes even deeper to um, when you really taste what you eat, when you engage all of your senses, smell the food you're eating, get that aroma, let it come in. Oh, it smells so good. Taste it with your mouth. If it has a crunch, can you feel the crunch? Can you hear the crunch? So when you're mindfully eating, you're engaging all of your senses in the act of eating. You're present where you are. I am eating now. I'm enjoying this moment. I'm enjoying this morsel of food. It will taste different when you stop and think about it and just mindfully eat and don't just eat. Now, I am one who, on the way over here, I was like, oh man, it is 3 o'clock. I haven't eaten today. Let me grab something. And I try not to eat fast food because it's really unhealthy unless I can find something healthy. That was not the option today. So I ate it while I was driving. There was no mindful eating. I was like, it's okay. Mindful eating is when you stop, sit down, and engage in fully experiencing eating. That's just an example of how mindfulness works, being in the moment and being present. And it can be informal. So it's not like that's one of the informal ways. It's not like you're actually engaging in meditation or something like that. You're just being present in the moment you're in. Now, there were some principles to mindfulness. I'm going to talk about at least 7 of them. And one of them, the first one I talked about, not judging yourself for where you are, not saying this is a good thought, bad thought, anything. This is my thought. This is where I am. So you're going to have mercy and grace with yourself. This is just where I am. I don't have to judge it. I be in the moment of where I am. Now, sometime in the moment, we need to move, we need to change, but we just be in the moment so we know what is it I need to move? What is it I need to change? Then we can have some patience with ourselves. So we practice a little moderation. I don't have to be so hard on myself. I did this, and this, and I'm okay. I'm good. So you're going to be patient with yourself. You're going to accept things and understand that sometimes things have to just work out. They're on its own time limit that you don't get to control every time limit that comes your way. Some things have to work themselves out. Then you can have what they call a beginner's mindset. And I look at that as your mystery. Let life have a little mystery that you want to unfold. Think about when you were a child and everything was new. It was exciting and you loved it. And you get older and you say, okay, I need to hurry and do this. No, stop. Be in the moment of something new. Be able to find newness. When kids are little and they look at the clouds and you look with them and see the different shapes, find newness in the day. If you like to go walking, stop, literally stop, smell the roses, stop and walk and be around you and be aware. Let there be mystery in every day, a day of openness and newness, being in that moment. I challenge you, if you go walking and you walk the same way, same path, or even a very similar path, challenge yourself to find something new. If it's a new rock, a new flower, a new tree that you've never noticed before, notice new things. But then you have to trust yourself. You have the mindset to trust yourself. And that's trusting your feelings, honoring your own intuition, knowing that what you're thinking and feeling is real, it's you. And sometimes we think and feel things we need that aren't in our benefit. But right now, when you're being mindful, I'm going to stop and sit in it. And when I stop and sit in this feeling, I can determine, is this good or bad for me? Is this something I need to do better? But being in the moment, even in our darkest moments, being in that moment so you can work your way through it. Then sometimes we have to realize I'm not going to push forward. I'm just going to be here. I'm not going to strive. I'm going to mellow out. And in my mellowing out, I'm going to make some goals. I'm going to make them simple and easy to follow so that I can be in the moment and not have to strive and work so hard to get it. But in this moment, I know what I need to do. I'm not going to give myself a to-do list for the day of 20 things when I know I really have capacity for 5. So I'm not going to push and work too hard. And if I want to do them well, I'll be present for the 5 things on my to-do list rather than haphazardly doing the 20 because I can do it better and be in that moment. Then I can accept where I am. I can make peace with where I am. In that vein, I'd rather just acknowledge the reality. Sometimes it's not a good reality, but I'm going to acknowledge the reality of this is where I am. This is what I'm doing. This is what I need to do. I'm going to be here. I'm going to make peace with that. That's part of that mindfulness. I'm at peace with where I am. Then, lastly, there's some things I need to let go of. So when I'm practicing mindfulness, I'm going to be willing to move forward and let go of some things. So, what am I letting go of? Things that don't serve me well. I'm not going to cling to things that are unpleasant. I don't have to. I can find a way to manage even the negative things in my life and not hold on to them. So, that's just a way of looking at mindfulness that it allows you to don't judge yourself, be patient with yourself, keep the mystery of a child and allow yourself to be open to learn new things. Trust yourself. Have a mindset of trust. Mellow out and stop trying so hard. Just be mellow. Make peace and accept where you are and move forward. Let go of some things that need to be let go of. That's what's the basis of mindfulness. Some people have such this crazy thought about it. It's always mystical. It's this, it's that. And I hear a lot of negative things, but it's what I just described. It is being in the moment where you are. And those other issues I just mentioned. Now, when we look at some of the more formal ways of being mindful, like meditation and doing a body scan and doing all this, you want me to sit quiet and listen to my thoughts. Can't do it. And then you want me to empty my brain? No, thoughts keep coming in and out, in and out. I can't meditate. That's hard to do. And it's true. Our brains are wired. And when you're going all the time and you don't even know how to be in the moment, yeah, it's going to be hard. So there's some things that go along with mindfulness that can help you just kind of get in the vein of allowing your brain to slow down enough to stop and say, I can be in the moment. But as soon as you tell yourself, I'm going to stop and be in the moment, everything else comes that way. You tell yourself, stop, it's ready to go. So there's some grounding techniques. I want to talk a bit about grounding and earthing, the difference and the similarities. So grounding is a mindfulness technique. It shifts your focus from overwhelming thoughts, anxiety, what's going on physically, and it can anchor you right where you are. It anchors your nervous system and through using your senses. So when you're grounding, it allows you kind of to stop for that little moment and focus on what's going on. So one that a lot of people know about is the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method. When you're doing that, you think about 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. So I'll tell you where I am in this particular room I'm in and things I can do. And I want you to do it as I name them. You can look around you. So 5 things I can see. I can see the chairs in the room. I can look out the window and see the tree that's outside the window, the cars on the street, my backpack on the table, the mouse for my computer. I can touch the mouse on my computer. I can touch the table. I can touch my shirt. I can touch my earrings. I can hear a train in the distance. I can hear a car going down the street. I can hear a person in the other room. I can hear the sound of my voice. I think that was too many. I can smell, there's an aroma in the room. I can smell the fragrance in the room. I can smell, I can smell what's in my cup. It's water, but something spilled on the cup. I can smell it. And I can smell uh, the lotion on my hand. I can taste the water in my cup. When you are doing that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 activity, it makes you focus on where you are and engage all of your senses. And when you're really focusing on it, those other thoughts go out of your mind. So it's a way to do that. Another way to practice just being in the moment is, what if you held a piece of ice in your hand? Now, if it's hot outside and you're standing outside, that might feel really good. But if it's cold outside, it might feel different. But hold a piece of ice, let it melt in your hand. What does it feel like? Is it comfortable? Is it uncomfortable? But if you're focusing on that piece of ice in your hand and thinking, how does it feel? How does it smell? Is there a sound when I rub my hands together with the ice? It's dripping down, and you really focus on everything that's going on. You're blocking out all of those other thoughts, and you're training your mind that I can be here and now and only see this. The other thing you could do would be to put your hands in warm water. How does that feel? And maybe you did the two back to back and compare in your mind what it feels different, what it feels like. Or if your hands are in hot water, warm water, and as it gets cooler, what's different? How does it feel different? How do you engage differently? Or you could engage your senses, maybe smell something you like, and it just, if you use essential oils, you can use one of those to just smell. But all of these are designed to say, I'm going to train my mind how to focus on here and now. These grounding activities are also great for helping with anxiety, because part of anxiety is my mind is all over the place. When you're in that state of anxiousness, you're either worrying about what's going to happen in the future. That's where anxiety lies. But there's also, see, this happened in the past and it might happen. So we can be engaged in the past and the future and not here and now. So when you manage that, and when you use those grounding techniques and get right here and now, it stops you from thinking forward to what might negatively happen, to being right where you are, here and now. I'm here, I'm right now, and this is what I'm thinking about. This is where I am. It can allow you to do that. Um, Let me see. Movement is another one with grounding. Sometimes just getting a moving, jumping up and down, moving. Maybe you want a shadow box, but moving can allow you to engage the body. And when you're focusing on what movement you're doing, there's just so much, I won't even go into it, but trust me, you can look it up. Moving can be a way of grounding because it's allowing you, again, all of your senses and your core can be engaged in that activities. Um, so there's just some ways that you can do that. Earthing. Now, earthing, some people refer to it as grounding, but it's specifically earthing. That type of grounding is when you're putting your feet in on the ground. You are feeling, you're barefoot and your feet are touching the grass, they're touching the dirt, they're touching sand, but they're touching the earth. Um, Earthing is believed to work because it's allowing the body to absorb the electrical energy from the earth's surface. Potentially it can reduce inflammation, balance your hormones, promote overall physiological well-being. The Bible says, man was created out of dirt, and then when we go, ash to the ash, dust to dust. If you're not cremated, you're buried in the dirt. So we came from the dirt, we end up in the dirt. So yeah, attaching to the dirt, there's got to be something to it. But earthing is when you are just there in the dirt. Gardening is a form of earthing because you're putting your hands in the soil. And there, people who garden will tell you about the healing nature of just being able to put your hands in the soil, and it feels so good to them. I am the worst gardener. I've been trying, but I do understand my hands in the dirt and what it feels like. But when you are earthing and allow yourself to just be in the moment and be one with the ground and stop, and allow yourself to breathe. Breathing is definitely a part of that. Allow yourself to just, I'm going to just breathe and be here in the moment and feel the earth under my feet. I'm going to feel the dirt in my toes. If I'm on the beach, I'm going to let the sand just go through my toes. If I'm playing in the dirt, working gardening, I'll take a moment and I will um, let the dirt just flow through my fingers. So, all of those are the things that allow you to be in the moment and connect with the earth, connect with nature. It is so important to that. So, those are some of the things we look at and we do when we think about grounding and earthing and being in the moment. Um, in any area of your life, you can practice mindfulness. That's why I talked about mindful eating, because we don't think about that. And eating is something you do pretty much every day. Um, but like I said, we do it, and I'm on automatic pilot. If I ask you to stop and list everything you had for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or however many meals you eat in a day for the last 3 days, you might be hard pressed to do it. If I ask you, what did you eat earlier today? Some people might be hard pressed to say that. Or if you can name it, was it good? Was it too salty? Was it sweet? I don't know. Because we just go through and we just eat it and you're good, you're done. So, yeah, let's look at being more mindful with how we just live life. I wanted to talk also about breathing. We begin each show with breathing, 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 breathing. Why? When you want to connect with who you are and connect with, get centered, that breathing allows you to do that, because even those 3 deep breaths that we take in the beginning, if you're really engaged in that, you're not, you don't have time for other thoughts to come in. You're focused on your breathing. You're focused on you. And when you do that, oh, do you have time to think about something else? And even if it's just for a few seconds, you are focusing on you and not anything else around you. So breathing totally helps you do that. I mentioned a body scan in the beginning. We're going to do a body scan. And a body scan, it just allows you, it's a um, mindful practice that allows you to just be aware of your whole body from your feet to your head, is how we're going to do it. So I want you to position yourself in your chair, sit up tall and but comfortable. So don't get stiff, but your back should be straight. And you want your feet firmly planted on the floor, not crossed at the ankles, but on the floor. Let your hands gently rest on your lap. And if you're comfortable, close your eyes. And if you're not comfortable closing them, just have a soft gaze in front of you, looking at one thing, not letting your eyes wander. And we're going to first take in a few deep breaths and we'll begin the scan process. And when I say breathe in, you will be breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. So let's breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. One more. Breathe in and breathe out. I want you to focus on your feet. Think about how your toes are feeling. How do the soles of your feet feel? Notice how your feet feel on the ground, in your shoes or wherever they are. What is it like having your shoes touch your feet? Notice your ankles, how your ankles connect your feet and your legs. You can bend them for a moment and just be aware of that connection. Notice the calves of your legs. Do you have on pants? Are they touching your calves? Are your calves free? nothing touching them. Do your muscles feel tight? Are they relaxed? Be aware. How do your knees feel as your knees connect your thigh and your calf? Be aware of them. Take in a deep breath and slowly let it out. How do your thighs feel? The back of your thighs touching the chair? Feel the sensation of the chair underneath your thigh and your buttocks. Do you notice how the chair feels touching your body? Notice your back. Does the chair you have a back to it? Do you feel the chair on your back? Is there any tension anywhere in your body? Do you feel your stomach? Is it full with food? Is it hungry? Are there no sensations at all? Feel your shoulders. Any tension in your shoulders? If so, maybe you want to roll them back and roll them forward and move some of that tension out. What about your hands and arms? How do they feel? Do you feel your hands in your lap? Are you aware of them? Is there a watch on your arm? Do you feel it? What about your head? Is there any tension anywhere in your head? Or can it just be relaxed? Think about your whole body. Does it feel warm? Is there any sensation in your body that you're aware of that you like or don't like? Take in a deep breath and let it out. This time you're going to breathe in calm and breathe in relaxed. And you're going to breathe out any tension that may be in your body. Now that you're aware of every part of your body, just relax and be in the moment. You may open your eyes. That is what a full body scan is. It allows you to just scan your body head to toe, or you can do head to toe or toe to head, and it allows you to just see where you are, allows you to release that tension. That is mindfulness. That is being in the moment and being in touch and in tune with your body. So for those who think you can't do it, you just did. And when those thoughts just pop in your head, and they will, just allow yourself to refocus. Oh, what was I focusing on? I was focusing on my knees. Oh, ouch, that knee hurts. Or, oh, I'm not even aware of that part of my body. But it allows you to learn how to be in the moment. So I want you to think about that. You know, we always end the show with a call to action. And my call to action is this: study, look up mindfulness, see what it is. Hopefully, this has taken some of the mystery out of it, where people think it's something spooky, it's hard, and so many negative things. Hopefully, as we look at Mental Health Month, we see that this is a great way to manage your mental health, is being mindful. If you have any anxiety, practicing mindfulness can help you decrease the anxiety or depression, because it allows you to be in the moment. So I challenge you to be in the moment, practice mindfulness. And I always end with vote, vote, vote. Be an educated voter. Here in Texas, we're in the state runoff. Get to know what's on your ballot and go vote. It's important. What your vote does matter, even though we see that efforts are being made to diminish your vote. Counter those by going and vote. I'm Miss B, the Black Couch Therapist, and I'm here to help you become a better you. Get mellow and practice mindfulness this week. And I'll see you next week for another I'm not midday moment of positivity, but check that out too. Right where you are now, you can see that every day in the 12 o'clock hour. So I will see you tomorrow. See you next week. Bye now.